Hello everyone, this is a Freddy back from the How to Play. Today, we're going to look at how to play the game Cat Packs, which is from All Games, designed by Tobias Hall, art by Lizalot Erickson, and it's pretty cool art. I will say the box is a bit big for what you get with some cards and some small tokens. I also got the Whiskers and at Night expansion, and I also got some promo packs, which I haven't tried those out yet, but I got them there. And then you got some reference cards for each player in various languages. Look at how many there are in there. So each player is going to get one of these. And on the one side, it basically tells you how to win, how to get cat sign to win, and the effects of different cards. In this game, you have cat sign. It's kind of like cat moon sign. And you need to get those to win. And you can get those from certain cards. And you can also get them by winning power struggles. Get it? Power? And, yeah, you can do that as well. So you got those. You also got in the game these. And for these ones, you got basically 1-pointers and 5-pointers. And you also got these that are basically a quarter point. It's a quarter fragment of a sword that you can use. Because if you look at the cards here, the cards have, in some of the quarters, they have swords. And if you ever need to fill in a quarter, if you get one of these, you can fill in that quarter and complete that sword and get that point. Now, so you get those cards. What else we got here? We got the catnip. Again, 1-pointers and 5-pointers. If I had to make a criticism, I would say that I wish the 5-pointers for all of these were bigger. They're almost the same size. It's just harder to distinguish. And it's the same thing with these. These are the power tokens, and you're going to get the 1 and the 5. And again, very similar size. They're all like that. And then you got these wiles, which you can get from certain cards. And those are going to help you to put cards next to each other. Because when you get these cards, you draft them, you pay their cost. This one doesn't have a cost. And you put it in your grid. When you do it, you have to match up the colors because some cats don't want to be next to each other. So for instance, this one I could put here because it's the same color. But if I had this one and I wanted to play it, well, if I had one of these, I could put this here, making it a wild, changing this green to whatever I want, and so then I could put this pink one next to it. Look at that, I've connected cat sign on 2 corners, not just one, giving me more options. So, this, by the way, is like the first player token, also, I guess, what you get for winning. A little award. Let's look at some more things. So, some of the cards will have symbols with a lightning bolt. That means it's instant. That means I would get 2 of these catnips, which help you to buy cards. That's what you use to pay the cost of cards. You're going to start with, I believe, 3. Cards also have symbols on the bottom corner, and you can get bonus points if you collect 5 of the same kind or 5 unique ones. These ones have a cost to them, as you can see, 1, 3. This one gives you 1 power. I forget what the other symbol is, actually. Right, it's 1 power for every, it's a multiplier, it's 1 power for that resource multiplied by the number of that cat type in your pack. So if I had one of those trash can cats, like this one here, the lumber cat, then I would get, if I had saved that one, I would multiply that, and I get 1 power, basically, for 1 of those cats. If I had 2, I'd get 2. This one is the same thing, so it's a different type of cat. This one would give me 1 of these cat signs. um, this one here with this arrow would be a recurring. So that means at the start of every round, I automatically get 2 catnip. This would give me 2 cards immediately. With the lightning bolt, this one with this other arrow would let me move or rotate that many cards in my cat deck. So this will let me move or rotate 1 card to change things up. If there was had a number 2, I could do 2 cards. So different things, different symbols on them. Of course, there is the ones that I haven't seen yet. Give you that wild symbol. It's in there somewhere. Different symbols. Now, the backs of the cards also have a catnip, as you might notice. And what that means is at any point in time, you can also spend any cards in your hand to help you buy cards, to help you pay for a card that you want to play. And here, it explains here on the back how you're going to get cat sign symbols by forming 4 cat sign corners, getting cat cards that have cat sign effects, but they have to be surrounded by 4 other cat cards orthogonally. You can win a power struggle, plus every 10 total power you have in your pack, including power tokens, at the end of the game will give you a cat sign. And you get some cat sign for a set of 5 different cat types, or for a set of 5 of the same cat type. And here's your resources, cat power, cat cards, swords, and wild borders. And yes, it has the other symbols. There's one symbol we didn't see, which is fright. If you see this scary cat, you get to choose an opponent who must immediately discard either 1 catnip or power or a cat card from their hand, but never from their pack. So, that explains some of that a little bit. So, to start off, put that aside. We're going to stuff up the cards, give each player 5 cards. There is a solo mode that I'll probably do at some point in time. Then, you're going to look at these cards, and you're going to choose 3 to keep, and then you will discard the other 2. And I just say I keep. Well, this one doesn't cost me anything, and it's going to give me 1 catnip every turn. This one gives me 2 power, and it gives me 4 permanent power. That's a very good one to keep. This one lets me change 1 card. This one's going to give me 1 power for each of these symbols, these types of cats. And this one, 1 power for each of those types of cats. And also permanent powers. There's one thing, if you get one of these, my understanding, if I recall, from a power struggle, you have to cover up a power, and you lose that for the future. But you do get the moon, the cat sign, so there's that. Let's say I discard 2 of these, and my opponent, they discard 2 cards as well. So we have our hand of 3 cards to start off. And, as I mentioned, we're also going to get free cat sign to start, I do believe. Or not cat sign, but catnip. Let me just double check. Yeah. And a summary card as well. But we're each going to get 3 catnip to start. Make sure you don't accidentally give yourself one of the 5ers. One of these for 5. And then we're going to take some cards and make 4 round piles. It's 9 cards each for 1 or 2 players, 11 if it's free, and 13 if it's 4. So I'm going to take these cards, I'm going to deal out 9. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I was one shy. Put the rest aside, we won't use them. And we're going to have these cat piles. And we're going to take 4 cards from the first pile. You're going to have 4 rounds. And you lay them out. So, on your turn, let's say I start, I'm going to look at these cards and I'm going to take one and put it in my hand. So let's say I take I'm going to take this one. Now, it is going to cost me 4 catnip, but it's going to give me free catnip each round if I put it out there. So I'm going to take that into my hand. Now, I can play as many as I want as long as I can afford to pay for them with the catnip I got. And remember, I can use these cards as catnip as well. At the very least, I prevented my opponent from getting this one themselves. As well, as soon as you take a card, you replace it. Boom. And so let's say you know what, let's just say I put this one down since it's free. And then it's going to give me 1 catnip. And then I will spend, I can't afford to spend, well, I could actually afford to put this one down, but unfortunately, you see these ones have blue and green, these ones have orange and pink. I can't put this one down, even if I wanted to, at the moment. I'll put down this one. It's going to cost me 1. Pay for that. Boop. And then I'm going to end my turn. So you can put down as many as you can afford. And, oh, I said I have to put this so that it lines up. The reason for that is I guess some cats don't get along with the others, so you have to be careful how you put them together. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to leave like that. That leaves me for possibilities for cat sign over here. So then my opponent's going to go, and they're going to take one of these cards. Say they take that one, they replace it with another one. And then, look at this, the cativator, the cultivator. Fabian Fress, Cyber Cat. Source. This is pretty interesting. Nice. So let's say they decide to put this one down. It's going to cost them free. So they spend all free and they put that one down. And you know what? These actually are free, so they can put them down as well. So they're going to put this free one down. And then maybe they put this free one down somewhere as well. Don't put it here. So they can try to join up some corners. And actually, you know what? They're going to do this. So they're going to put those down. And that ends the first part of the round. So then, those are your steps. You're going to draft 1 card, and then you can put down as many as you can afford to put down that you want, making sure that the colors match up. That is the placement rule. This would be a pretty efficient first move, putting the 3 cards down. That's for sure. At the end of the round, well, Wait's going to take 2 turns. So I'm going to go again, and I will draw a card. Maybe I draw this one, put it into my hand, we'll replace it. And then I'm going to put it down here. I'm trying to, actually that's pretty not so good. Because I can't, well, I might be able to complete that if I get one of these quarter ones in here to complete it. Then that would give me 1 cat sign. So I'll put that down. It's going to cost me 2. Spend all of mine. My opponent's going to draft a card. Maybe to draft that one. And then well, actually, no, they're not going to draft that one. They're having a bit of a problem because they can't afford to put anything down, so they're just going to draft a card, and that's it. They can't afford to buy anything. So then, and actually, I forgot something. I think I might have forgotten something. Well, I think that's it. We're going to discard all these cards that are in the alley. They're out of the game. And then we're going to go on to the power struggle. At the end of the round, after each player has taken 2 turns, you're going to do the power struggle, where you're going to look at the power on your cards. I have 1. It says paw. And my opponent has 4. So they're going to win the power struggle. Whoever has the most power in the pack wins the power struggle. You have to have at least 1 power from your pack to participate. And so yeah, they get that. And these are permanent, the ones I here. If it's down on the bottom, you just get those for your hand temporarily. But they're going to win that. And what that means is they get a cat sign. And they have to put it on top of that power, so that 4 is gone. But I still have mine for a future, the 1 power. So then, we continue going into the second round here. You'll pass the first player card to the other player. And continue going in clockwise order. And then if it's the final round, you just go into the cat sign round. So yeah, so we're going to get into the second round. You put out 4 cards again, and you just rinse and repeat. Now, at the start of the round as well, I'm trying to see if it says that. It should. Well, I guess it does technically. I'm going to get 1 catnip because there's a symbol here. And I got these symbols here that would let me rotate and move cards. And actually, this one's going to give me a card. So I get 1 card that I can draw from this deck and add to my hand. This is a recurring one. And this is the one that lets me swap cards around. My opponent, he gets 1 catnip per type of that cat. He has 1, so he's going to get a catnip. He's got, it's, for each of these types of cats, bell, he's going to get 1 catnip, and this one does have the bell, so he gets that. And this one has the fright, which means they get to choose an opponent that must immediately discard either 1 catnip or power or cat card from their hand, but never from their pack. So they're going to choose me because I'm the only other player here, and I have to get rid of a card. So I'm going to get rid of this one because it's expensive, and it only gives me 1 power. So goodbye. So that's what the fright does, and that's the game in essence. You're going to keep going back and forth. 2 turns in each round, 4 rounds. Getting catnip, getting power, drafting cards, getting catnip, getting power, getting cat sign. And at the end, again, you're going to score all the cat sign you got, and you're going to win if you have the most cat sign. So you get 1 cat sign for each symbol. So my opponent here, he's already got 1 cat sign. If he has to get another cat, let's say he has to get, well, let's see what he has here. Let's say he was to, he doesn't have one that would work, unfortunately. See if I do, for this example. Well, you know what, let's just say they got this wild, which they would get from a card, and they put this here and change that to whatever. They can then put this here. This completes the 4 cat sign symbols, which would give them a cat sign. That's one way of getting cat sign. The other one, of course, is how he got it by winning the power struggle. And then also, there are certain cards that have, as I showed you earlier, well, these ones, they give you that one corner fragment that you can use to fill in the missing piece. They're all mixed up at the bottom. I didn't shuffle very well. There's the ones that give you the wild symbols. And these ones that have this symbol gives you one cat sign when you put it here, but you have to surround this by cats on all four sides. If you do that, you get the cat sign. And those are the main cards to look for. I wish I'd shuffled better. I apologize. And again, if you have a set of 5 different cat types or a set of 5 cat cards of the same kind, you get cat signs for that. And for every 10 total power you have in your pack, including any power tokens that you might have gotten, you will also get one cat sign. One cat sign for every 5 total power is a friendly variant, but it's 1 for every 10, technically. And whoever has the most cat sign wins. If there's a tie, it's the most cat cards in their pack. Second tiebreaker is greatest amount of power, and the third one is the greatest amount of cat. And you get to hold this up and bask in your glory. So yeah, that's the game. I probably overcomplicated things a little bit here. I apologize. It's a pretty simple game. So that's that. See you next time. Thanks for watching.